Thursday, November 19th, the moon will be in Capricorn for the morning, let's say, and making its way into Aquarius. So anytime that we move from Capricorn, which is notoriously kind of a somber, negative Nancy, very down to earth, back to basics type of energy. Once we kind of free ourselves from that, we get liberated. And that's what that Aquarian energy is all about. When the moon is in Aquarius, we have a tendency to be able to emotionally detach from our lives, to act as the observer, to see things from a different perspective because our hearts aren't in it. We're able to kind of act like we are our own best friends and to advise ourselves the way that we would when we're not emotionally attached to a situation. So that's going to be a super good thing to have happen because Mercury and Chiron are making another aspect, which means that misunderstandings are highly likely because we're taking things a little bit too personal. Chiron, again, the wounded healer planetoid, has a tendency, depending on the aspects which it makes with other planets, to get a little bit soft, to be a little bit oversensitive, if you will. And because we are a little bit sensitive and because misunderstandings are highly probable, we have to understand that our intentions are not going to be understood by others, just like other people's intentions aren't going to be understood by us. And this is going to lead to a lot of insecurity, a lot of questioning things. The doubts come up again, especially the doubts that we have about our own abilities. It's almost like we're shooting ourselves in the foot before we even get started and just constantly telling us why it's not going to work out and why we shouldn't even bother and not even waste the energy. But we have to understand that this is just a day. It is just a point of evolution within our own minds, within our own psyches. We have Venus squaring Saturn on Thursday as well, which means that we are going to kind of be blocked a little bit. Saturn, again, is about karma, has about tough life lessons being thrown at us. And we're really wanting to make some huge gains here, but we're not necessarily gaining as much as we would like. There's almost a restriction. We're being held back a little bit. And we're seeing our challenges from a totally different angle. A little bit of frustration comes up because of this. And anytime that Saturn is involved, we can definitely take on the negative Nancy attitude about things. We tend to want more than we actually need, biting off more than we can chew, so to speak. And then we get sad about it. And this is, again, another energy shift that isn't going to last very long. And that's a good thing because social situations are going to be very difficult. We are emotionally detached, not only because of the moon in Aquarius, but Saturn and Venus. I mean, Venus is all about love. That's all she wants is love and raw connection. And Saturn, well, Saturn is about kind of detaching from love and being more focused on learning, on challenges, on tough love. And so the emotional distance that we are likely going to feel in our personal relationships, that's going to cause a lot of insecurity as well. And hopefully, with this heads up, you won't be kind of pushed off your game or taken off guard, but we want to make sure that we are avoiding financial opportunities on this particular day. And we want to make sure that we're not going to be overreacting, again, taking things too personal, really insecure about that disconnect that we're feeling in our personal relationships. The sun will be sextiling Saturn as well, which hopefully will give us a little bit more of a grounding point so that we aren't overreacting, that we aren't taking things too personally. It does offer us a little bit more of a stable ground. It offers us a little bit more of an encouraging energy to focus on what's important and to not get caught up in the emotional drama. We're definitely going to be able to complete a lot more tasks and be a little bit more productive than the days previously in the week, but it's going to be slow. So we want to just understand that we have the tendency, the energy, especially with Mars going direct now. We want things to happen fast. We literally want them to happen like yesterday. And although on Thursday we are seeing some steps forward, we are seeing a lot of productivity, it's just not as fast as we would like. And that in itself can get us very frustrated. But we just want to remember that slow and steady wins the race.